Dun dun dun. Ba-da-bun dun dun. Da-ba-dun. Chippa-chugga-chugga-dun dun dun. Bum pim pum 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 pim pum pum pim pum 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 pum. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Do do do. Chugga-chugga-chugga-doo. Ba-da-bum bum bum. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Cha cha cha. It's a jam. I'm so sorry. Alright. ちょっと待って、私はどこ？どこ？ There I am! Hi, good evening! Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Konbanwa! My name is Anzu, and I'm an apricot that delivers packages from me to you. Toyo. Toyo. Alright. Okay. Anusa. What was I gonna do? I forgot. I forgot the name. Oh well. Screw it. Whatever. Must not be important if I've forgotten. Oh yes. Oh my god. Hello. Hello, Eileen. Okay, I hope the audio is fine. I think it's okay. So today we're going to be continuing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. The Burb app. What about the Bird app? What about the Elon app? Nani? Nani kore? Kuri kuri wa? Kri kri! I'm Kuribo. Sounds good. That's good. That's good. I'm Kuribo now. Kri kri! Maybe I should do like... Maybe I should go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, I guess I should make an announcement. I think that's what you meant. Hi. I keep forgetting about this social media stuff. I just go straight into it. Alright. Okay. So we're going to continue the Great Ace Attorney game. And then we're now on the third case. Alright. So just a quick recap. Last stream, we had what was his name? The sleazy rich guy. I forgot his name. Mac something. Macleod, I think, something like that. So he and some other peeps were going to examine the carriage from the previous case for like a closer look. But then suddenly chaos ensued, and then we got this awesome anime cutscene where basically the carriage was on fire. And it seems like somebody was in it because we can see that the carriage was like thumping or like moving. So someone was in there. So someone had been killed. Yes. Alright. So let's continue. So episode 4. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. So this is episode 4. I think I said 3 a while ago. Hi, Goma. Alright, let's try looking at this. I'm also surprised they have Kokoro in the title. Whoa! The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. The Clouded Heart?
時折僕は思うのだよ、ワトソン。ホームズは物憂げに首を振り言った。我々が目にする事件は本当にそれが全てなのだろうか。その裏側に誰も知るもののない物語が隠れているかもしれない。ハーブティーから立ち上る湯気を追うその夢見るような眼差しの先にはきっとあの雪の日の夕刻の情景が浮かんでいたのだと思う。
何？
ブライアロードの歩道に倒れ伏した若い女性とその背に刺さった狂人。ガス灯の明かりが柔らかく切り取った奇怪な事件現場の情景。不可解な姿なき犯人の事件は薄い霧の中静かに幕を開けたのだった。
I like this. Like the transitions that they make to the cases, they're so nice. We're back here. Oh no, we're back here. That means there's that weird dude. Oh my god. We're back here? Aw. Nani kore? Why can't we just I have to visit this weirdo again, huh? 何これ? 何これ? Oh, okay. 何? Oh. Hello, Rio. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm blocking her. Let's go here. Did you sleep well last night, Mr. Naruhodo? No, not at all. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? The rooms were so luxurious. I felt like we were staying in a palace. Why was I not invited? And with all the gas lights twinkling, it was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night. Whoa, amazing. Amazing. How come I wasn't in the hotel? Why was I not invited? What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Borea, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. Big bed? Oh. I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Oh yes! It really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except... when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Whoops, sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. Oh no. They stayed in an expensive hotel. Oh, poor tourism. Poor tourist. Victimized by prices, ne? I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we presented with the bill. I really am sorry. Oh, look at her. Look at her. It must have been really sad. Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. Ugh. London is a scary place. Good morning to you at this early hour. Yeah, it's him. Oh, yes, well. Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. Nearly as on the back of the camel. Susato-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes. I don't know how to voice anymore. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Oh, yes, it was very eye-opening. Thank you. And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end. Ah, yes. I've already been apprised of events. Apprised? I don't know how to read. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh! No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern island. Or eastern land, sorry. Thank you very much. So, I'm a lawyer now. Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Another case? Already? Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure. I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. What's to come to terms with? The man was clear. What more were you hoping for? Well, my client seemed to be the bad guy, and I'm guessing he might be the potential murder victim inside that burning carriage. So I don't know, sir. I feel like PTSD is in the table right now. So this is a flashback from the previous case.
The jury will now be required to prefer judgment.
Ah, they're gilded. Alright, I was right. Mr. McGilded.
Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fellow, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
He's so snishy. Snishy, wishy, mushy, mushy. Suspicious. He should have an evil anime laugh, you know, like, ugh. I just can't help wondering if Mr. McGilded really was innocent. Mr. Naruhodo! It's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended.
Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer.
Look, he has a rhino beetle horn. Sorry? What do you mean, Lord Stronghorn?
Magnus McGilded passed away immediately following the trial.
No! What? Mr. McGilded is dead? I knew it. It was him. It was him. I knew it.
I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. Talk, 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 talk.
Nani kore? Mr. McGilded death. Does that mean that Strongheart is horny by default? No! What kind of... Ugh, I'm gonna erase it from my mind. Self-brainwashing. Initiate. Forget the memory. You did not get asked that question. It never happened. No, we're not entertaining that thought. I don't understand. What happened? How can he be dead?
After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom.
Oh, so at that time we were not in the court anymore. Yes, of course. That was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGilded had been accused of.
Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames.
No. How could such a thing have happened?
That is being investigated as we speak, but already. The police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of Mr. McGilded.
That's awful.
The man must have slipped inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere.
That bailiff really needs to pay more attention. And how could that have happened?
That is also being investigated as we speak.
Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilded did mention going back into the courtroom to take a look at the omnibus.
Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection.
Sorry? What inspection?
They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
Myself?
An inspection of the omnibus. Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage.
But Then who was Mr. McGilded talking about?
Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police.
Poor Mr. McGilded. Oh, I guess then whoever told him to go check the omnibus is our culprit, or at least an accomplice.
Oh, he was assassinated.
Wow, his cane.
So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was well. Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old. Wow, Susato-san has such a way with words. And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones. Oh my god, I was just burned by Susato again. Oh my god. Was it really Mr. McGilded who died though? Ooh, that's a good question. Who knows, maybe, you know, he wanted to get away from all of these accusations or run basically, so maybe he faked his death? But I'm also guessing it could be somebody who just hates Mr. McGilded since, you know, technically he's like a loan shark.
The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can.
The most advanced in the world, is it?
It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair.
Simple? That was simple? No shiz, that was not simple, man.
As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you could not lose.
I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple.
The
circumstances of the case were so incriminating. I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. I still feel like they were bribed though. Is something funny?
No. My apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent, wouldn't you agree?
Well, I don't know about that. I just want to say, if you played the original trilogy, the one starring Phoenix Wright, he looks almost exactly like, what's his name? I think Gant, G-A-N-T. So I believe he was the head prosecutor of the department or something like that. And basically was found out in one of the cases. This is spoilers, but hey, the game's been out there for so many years. It's your fault if you don't know. But anyway, turns out he has been accepting bribes or something like that, or basically he fixes some of the cases so that the accused would win or something like that. So I'm wondering if Strongheart represents that character, since they look pretty close, like just a different hair color and outfit. They're gonna look really similar. So I feel like he is the same, like he's ancestor-ish or something. So if that's the case, then I'm not surprised if he was the one who instructed the jury to, you know, to lean on not being guilty. I don't know, I feel like that's the thing. And it could also explain why, you know, we were assigned to Mr. McGilded right away. Nobody wanted to probably do it no matter how much they would be given a reward or paid. That's my guess.
You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much at least is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I have prepared the new case for you that I mentioned before. What's going on? What was he going to say before?
He's so sketchy. Sketchy maketchy. Sketchy akechi.
Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned? Don't tell me it's a murder, and the trial is in 10 minutes.
Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different.
Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind?
That is to say, no one has died as yet.
Huh?
And the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise.
Huh? So the trial's tomorrow then? Is everything alright? Oh yeah, I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was, well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilda's trial. Oof.
Ah yes, I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case.
Oh no, what is it?
Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. No.
Oh.
If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome.
The most terrible end awaits the defendant.
Ah yes, that's right.
Here we go again. It's so sketchy. Why are we always given to the people who don't have representation? This is so weird.
Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking.
He's obsessed with time.
There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits.
Last time he mentioned the 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time.
And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There's something I should like to ask you.
Oh, what's that?
Yesterday, you remarked upon something. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi.
He brings back Kazuma.
Kazuma. May he rest in peace.
I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds.
Kazuma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world works so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing. Oh!
Another thing? Continue.
On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important I have to do.
Something very important? And what exactly would that be?
He never had the chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he never...
You're out of time. Well, thank you for your enlightening discussion.
Mr. Naruhodo, what's all this about? Mr. Asogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me.
Well, because I'm his wife. What do you expect? He tells me everything.
I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details. How long has he been there?
Oh, he has potato wedges.
Wait, I want that. I want that.
I want the potato wedges. Give that to me. Fish and chip, yes?
So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell.
Oh, if my voice becomes like that, it's the mucus coming from, I don't know, I guess inside my lungs or something. It's a side effect of COVID. So for those who don't know, I had COVID like some weeks ago, back in April. So I got cured around maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, I think. It hasn't been that long. So I was told by the doctor it will take some time before the coughing goes away. So I think one of the reasons is because your body is expelling some phlegm. I guess it's phlegm. It's clear white. It doesn't hurt anything. It just takes a while. Yeah. So if my voice becomes like that, don't worry. It's not dry throat or anything. Yeah. There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean? Might take 2 to 3 months. That's sad. I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we had better talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right.
Give me your fish and chips. Or so help me, I will send you to Bloody Mary myself.
I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all.
Are you giving me your fish and chips?
おい、お前、フィッシュンチップ、私にあげるよ。
Give me... Oh no, I didn't want to press that. This must be the Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me. I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Naruhodo. It feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here. I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure.
Hello, Crad. Yeah, fish and chips. Where? Here. Mr. Detective has it. But he wouldn't give it to me. I want fish and chips. Fish and chips.
His potato. It regenerates. Where do you get that? Hey, stop eating so fast. Give me some more. Tastes good. Too salty though. Too much salt. Lessen the salt intake, Pops. You're gonna die.
Is that a fish and chip shawarma?
Well, I believe they put it in like newspaper back in the day. I don't know if they still do that now. Kind of like the old school way of using the white waxy paper for stuff.
And as someone who knows what real shawarma is like, that ain't no shawarma. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Real shawarma ain't like that. Nuh-uh.
I don't want to name certain brands in the Philippines, but they're like these stalls in the Philippines that sell shawarma. That ain't shawarma. That thing is something else. That's fake. You hear me?
What you think?
Ugh. Is there a legit shawarma place in Philippines? I want to try. Well, there is one place that I found in my college years in the Philippines. What's that school along the university belt? What do they call that school? The rich kids school. There's a college along Taft Avenue which is called De La Salle College of St. Benil. And then there's another like school behind it. I forgot what was it. Was it Saint Scholastica? I can't remember. But anyway, so if you're facing it from Taft Avenue and you walk all the way to the left and then you go to around one or two inner streets, there's actually a shop there that's run by an OFW, an overseas Filipino worker. He put it up because he used to work in Saudi Arabia, and his children loved shawarma. So he put up his own shawarma place, and he based it on the true taste of shawarma because he would know, because you know he's worked there for many years. I actually went there, and oh my god, it's the closest thing I've ever had in the Philippines to an actual shawarma. Like, oh my god, it's good. And the price wasn't that bad. I don't know if it's still open. I don't know if it lived through the pandemic, but I hope it did because I was planning to go back to the University Belt just for that. I wanted to go back and like just order a lot. It's really good. Yeah. yeah. I forgot the name of the shop since it was like years ago, so I just know how it looked like, and I still vaguely remember the general area where it was. Yeah. The shop's quite big. It's like a legit store. And then it's a lot of chairs, and yeah. They have the option to sell it with rice or with bread.
Lovely weather, isn't it?
What's the weather got to do with anything? Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart.
Let me bite it. Okay, I got it.
Oh, gosh, I missed the dialogue. What did he say?
Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eating out of your hand, you know?
Oh, wow.
I'm a busy man, a very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to keep the likes of you a talking kid.
Oh, I'm very so sorry.
Wait, is it on autoplay? Stop.
Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying? Huh? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. And all because of some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound, that's my reputation at the yard going to tatters.
There's no need to rip us apart as well, sir.
I don't believe it. I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? She went back to the weather card. It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Unbelievable. How did she pull that off?
Wait,
Don't tell me. Sir, how old are you? Are you having a crush on Miss Susato? Huh? Is that it? Huh? How old are you, sir? Keep a fair distance if you don't want to be hit out of nowhere.
I'm gonna kabunka-dunkus you if I have to, sir.
So, Lord Strongheart had asked me to fill you in on the case. The name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard. Gregson? Inspector Gregson?
what's the matter with Susato-san? Does this detective's name mean something to her?
Are you a hotshot?
Inspector, are you perhaps... What's going on?
The Inspector Gregson? You're acting like you know this man, Miss Susato, but he's a London detective. Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact. Very well? Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Rand's magazine? That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry. Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible! Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time. Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a band of... Sorry, wait, let me repeat that. Gregson is the pick of a band, God, I don't know how to read anymore. Gregson is the pick of a bad lot of all the Scotland Yarders. Those were his words. That's his highest praise? Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see. That he's not! And thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now. That's great, isn't it? I have to admit that to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand and my reputation at the yard went through the roof. Well, that's wonderful. No, it's not. There's nothing more sinister than that man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under the breath, I'm sure. Rumors? Are you quite sure? He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head, stuff like that. Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you? Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying. But I know what folks are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying, as sure as eggs is eggs. Huh, as sure as eggs is eggs. Nani kore? I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work. Oh dear, perhaps a sudden rise to fame does change people. So, about the case that Lord Chief Justice mentioned before. Not in detail, really. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler. Oh dear, that probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated. I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right, Susato-san. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Royal Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in hospital unconscious. That's despicable! What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind? I suppose you would have finished whoever it was off with Susato takedown, wouldn't you? That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo. Brace yourself, Ryunosuke. You've angered her now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit? Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question. Let me stop you right there.
You're wasting your time on this one.
Sorry?
There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now.
Why ever not?
Simple. The prosecutors has been assigned to trial tomorrow as Lord Baron Van Zykes.
No!
Sounds like you've heard of him then.
Oh yes, we are very familiar with Lord Van Zieks. Believed to be the harbinger of death himself. The Reaper of the Bailey.
The Ripper.
Lord Baron Van Zieks, who we faced in court only yesterday. Mr. Macleod told us about him before the trial, didn't he?
Back to the cooldown.
When Van Zieks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. This Reaper of the Bailey nickname, I suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty, is it? Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zieks, Mr. Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty.
Ah, and what of it?
Oh, well, I think that means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant.
No, you really don't have a clue, do you?
What do you mean? Oh my god, he shoved his fish and chips right in his pockets. Disgusting.
What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead.
Ah.
Magnus Macleod came a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you?
What are you saying?
Look, if Van Zieks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic.
Oh, he's gonna eat that again from his pocket? Ugh.
I'd have a good long think about that if I were you.
Are we really supposed to believe that?
Right, well, I filled you in as requested. I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there.
It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place. I know, it's from the pocket. It's just, ugh. You're eating the lint from your pocket, man.
That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over there to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself.
You've branded him a criminal already?
He's as good as. Shaking like a leaf in his cell he is. He'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer, and he'll show you the way.
This is the way. Oh my god. Mandalorian.
Guys, this is not sponsored. I just really like the Mandalorian show. I wish I had my own Grogu. Inmate 53. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Inspector Chips. Please stop putting it in your pocket and eating it. Please no.
So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say. Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell you the truth, When I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. And that takes courage too, you know? But if the man they've arrested is innocent... You could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny. So, if I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'm able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try, so I think I'm going to make some more inquiries. Will you help? Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant. Thank you. So then, shall we? Yeah, let's go. She's so cute. She's so cute.
かわいい。スサトさんはかわいいね。
So, I guess we go to the prison first? Gotta know who we defending, yeah?
Look at the jail.
I know the feeling of jail. I've been into jail a lot in Twitch. Because of my redeem that the audience can send me to behind bars. I know the feeling. I don't think I should be happy about that. So these are British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. It feels just like a dungeon. Yeah, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls.
Why are you laughing, Zudi? It's not funny. Everyone keeps redeeming the jail thingy-mabob.
Huh. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo, you're making it seem worse. Apparently, our client is in this cell here. But it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Hurrah! Oh, Jesus Christ. Bailey, if you do that again, I'm gonna turn you into a bay leaf plant. You hear me, bailiff? Stop appearing out of nowhere.
Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see her. Stop hiding at the back of the cell and show your face at once.
But it makes you safe and sound?
No.
Am I? Am I a cat as yet with no name? Huh? What is he saying? Calling me by a number. It's utterly unbelievable, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruhodo, why? What do you think is going on here? I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hello, sir. Oh, you've seen better days. His eyes are so different. His eyebrows are so thick. Excuse me. Shh. Quiet. Huh? You look paranoid.
They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening even now. I can sense it.
Right. So could
There you are! You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it, you're a ghost!
A ghost? What? Who is this dude? Even Sasato-san's like, what the hell?
We mean you no harm, prisoner-san. Are you Japanese by any chance? Oh. This is beyond my wildest dreams.
Oh, you started crying, Nani?
Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all.
Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am, in a frightful fix in a foreign land.
So, hearing the sweet sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damn dark hellhole was,
He has anime eyes.
most monumentally moving moment.
He's very eccentric. Yes. Who could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? Yeah, the anime moves. He has anime eyes. His expressions are so anime.
Oh, what compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nippon.
Oh my god.
First-class lawyer?
Oh dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here.
I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can. I will. Shan't stay sullen and silent.
Oh my god. He's so entertaining. It's like... sometimes I feel like he's doing a lot of JoJo poses one after the other.
I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy.
Yeah, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryosuke Naruhodo.
And I am Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikoto. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notably, notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Is he like this as a person, or is it just like creative liberty in the game? So for those who don't know, Soseki Natsume is a famous author from Japan. Now I get what he was saying a while ago. Remember the cat thingy? He has a novel that's called I Am a Cat. I have that book right now on front of my bookshelf. I haven't read it yet, so I have like this whole stack of backlogs of novels I bought on sale that I haven't really finished yet. Anyway, Soseki Natsume, okay. Oh wait, that also explains the title of the episode. What was it? The Adventures of the something Kokoro? He has a story, or was it a novel? I think it's a novel as well, not a short story. I'm not sure, I can't remember. He has a piece of work called Kokoro as the title. Other works from him is like Botcham, I remember. Yeah. He has a lot. They're interesting reads. Soseki Natsume-san? What an unusual name.
Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume. Plume? A nom de plume? You mean an alias?
That's right, Naruhodo-san. No, don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that.
And haiku? That really reminds me of home. Clouded Kokoro was the title of this episode. Hi. Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent over here by the government?
Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this! It's beyond the pale.
Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here?
No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course.
Oh.
But
Just because the government tells you to do something, does it mean
you can do it? No!
What do you mean? Oh, it's okay, Uchred. I woke up my dog. I'm so sorry.
Hello, Skillmo. Welcome.
So we're starting the fourth case. It's called The Adventures of the Clouded Kokoro. And looks like the person we're protecting is called Soseki Natsume. But we just learned a few minutes ago that it seems like it's his alias. So I guess it's not the author himself. He's just using the name as a pen name or an alias. You couldn't wake up.
It's okay. That's okay. No problemas.
If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language.
Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable.
I want a clip of every time he does those poses. So amusing. I see.
Only the other day I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on whitewashy.
You must be a man of great standing.
Oh yes, so I'm often told.
And often like to be told, it seems. Okay, so what are you in this for? Could you please perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Mr. Soseki-san? Mr. Soseki-san is so redundant.
I didn't do it! I didn't commit that atrocious murder!
Murder?
Oh no. No, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she?
But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes.
Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker?
I didn't see anyone.
What?
If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here?
Oh dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated.
Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient.
So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case.
About the case.
It was an accursed evening just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookstore to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings.
Sure, the bookshop wasn't a curse too. It's London, everyone got stabbed. Well, they also have the London Bridge falling down and the Jack the Ripper stuff. As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her... Oh. She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold hard slabs of stone at my feet.
Oh, poor lady.
How terrible. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a... I like his expression. Ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. That could be such a meme. Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my cursed lodgings. That's not good. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Saseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous! Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that? I'm different, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. I see. A young woman unknown to Saseki-san. Not gonna lie, for a moment there I thought he was a NEET. He's a recluse. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. Not one? Oh, great. So the victim was unknown to you and there was nobody else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it?
Huh? What conundrum? Conundrum? Conundrum?
Conundrum? What do you mean, Susato-san? What's the conundrum? Well, if what Soseki-san had just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. I did! But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. Ah! You! What did you say? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Whoops, perhaps I thought that a little loudly. Look at him, he's like a meme of some sort. Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested? Sorry? He didn't touch the victim and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Wow, she does have a point there. It was him. That accursed great detective, he led the police to me. Of all the bad luck. A cursed great detective? Could it be? I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed, busybody, begone! Bygone, I think was the word. May you be cursed until the end of your days, Herlock Sholmes. I knew it. Oh, great. Him again. Mr. Sholmes? Oh, boy. Back to the eccentric. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before. I was gnawing on a silver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst in through the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police, put the weapon down." Yes, it was a thin silver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination devils.
Wow.
Dancing in the courtroom? Probably. We're gonna have those fancy moves in the dance room, aka the courtroom. You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Herlock Sholmes! It's actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English. I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London. Yes, the great detective is really well known. And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman! Me! This weak, stooped kitten of a man. I wonder what great deduction process led him to this conclusion this time. Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable. Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in. Of course you were, that's only natural. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing questions after questions at me in impossible English. Fiendish foreign flim-flammery. Well, we are in England, though you can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point, but my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, "Yes, I do, and I'm fine." The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. And before I knew it, I was thrown in here. Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising. I'm fine, he's not fine now.
Oh, most definitely not.
Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. Oh, you can just call me Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright. Yes, they've really got to me. This country's poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Well, Why? Why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself on a study tour. Ah, a student? Never say yes in the town shared with homes. I have defended a case in the Old Bailey. Only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice is in this country even means. Oh, naruhodo-san. I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm a sort of locum lawyer, I suppose. But that armband. God, my tongue is dying. That's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire.
It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? I know exactly what they're saying about me.
Oh. Oh, what do you mean?
The lawyers. All the British defense lawyers, they won't defend me.
Goodness, why do you say that?
For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit.
It must be very hard for you, Mr. Soseki. Soseki-san?
And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. Someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before, in my earshot without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said. And of course, the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway.
That's awful.
They're wrong! I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. But not one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. This is quite understandable. Like if I was a foreigner and I was in a foreign, like being in a foreign country and I got into trouble, it would be really difficult to even just communicate, especially in a legal matter. That's going to be difficult. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Soseki-san, it's just that... Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can, for the time being. What do you mean?
We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible.
If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh yes, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. Alright, looks like we're gonna go now.
To the crime scene.
Dun, dun, dun. 19th February, Briar Road. Cute. This place is cute.
Oh no, not another omnibus. I'm so sick and tired of seeing one. Daily News, the Metropolitan, William Robbins. Something, something, something. So this is where it happened, Briar Road. Ah! Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak. That is their job, you know. But Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. They're often depicted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but I never dreamt I'd ever come this close to a real Bobby helmet.
What? The helmet?
Of course! I have to try one on one day. Oh man, that gave me a brain fart. I didn't know how to read that sentence. Well, I hope your hatty dreams come true.
It's Mr. Chips and
Fish and chips.
What's the Japanese delegation doing here?
Oh, Inspector Gregson.
This isn't on the tourist trail, as I'm fairly sure you're well aware.
Yes, of course. We're here to investigate.
So you've been to the holding cells, eh? What you make of the criminal?
He's not a criminal as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect.
We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose.
I don't know what my accent is anymore.
Well, do what you will, doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow whatever happens, and the verdict's a foregone conclusion.
The stone-cold air of rejection. Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone-cold air. That makes it even worse somehow. Alright, let's talk to Mr. Gregson.
Scotland Yard?
Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the police.
The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you find anywhere in the world, ma'am.
Oh, and you know I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman there with his helmet on. You certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful?
Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you.
Oh, really?
First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes around and roasts all the labourers on his beat so they can get off to work.
What? He wakes up people?
Yep. Raps on their windows with a long pole. Did it myself, going back a bit.
Wait, what? I had no idea. Yeah, looks like Susato-san here has a thing with those big, round, tall helmets.
Aye. The Bobby works for the people of the town, it's just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation distance.
I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. Let me see. 20 miles, that's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far.
Yeah, that's far. And when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps.
Oh my! And I suppose in between all of those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well? And chase after criminals trying to evade the law.
I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside, but yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men keeling over from time to time, I admit.
Oh. I'd always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruhodo. Your heavy heart will be very... will be my heavy head if you do.
Okay, what about the case? What happened?
It happened around 5 in the evening, 2 days ago. Just there on the open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind.
Is it alright that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in hospital.
I never said she was a lady. Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all.
I suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course. Oh, he placed his fish and chips in his pockets again.
Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want.
Really? Are you sure?
It's your policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of information to go on.
I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still. Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept.
A street map of the local area showing where the victim was found. Da 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 da.
Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a head scratcher, is it?
Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming to not have seen anyone else around, but just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can be sure that nobody else was present.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure.
How?
Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed.
It what?
Oh great, there's a witness. We have two very reliable witnesses, no less.
Oh no, not again.
It was a typical foggy London day and your client obviously didn't see them.
There were witnesses now?
Oh great, this is not going well, Natsume!
Who are these witnesses, Inspector?
A fellow and his wife, and the man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. He's a copper from Scotland Yard.
Huh? A policeman? That might change things.
Oh no, we're in trouble, aren't we?
And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was stabbed?
Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby, catching them banging the egg, and all that.
Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions?
Be my guest, you can ask him what you like in court tomorrow.
Oh.
I have no doubt he'll be summoned as witness. So that'll give you something to look forward to.
That's done then. He's got no intentions of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. A policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that this could make our job very difficult indeed.
Yes. As a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too.
Oh yes, one more thing, Inspector.
What?
The person who led you to the suspect, I hear that was Mr. Sherlock Holmes?
What are you bringing him up for?
Was this something I said? The color has drained from his cheeks.
Oh, what happened to her? What's with the Mr. Holmes?
Who did you hear that name from?
Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Holmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. I'm sure it was the result of one of Mr. Holmes' inspirational great deductions.
Fiddle-faddle! The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere.
Oh.
I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case.
Yes, he's quite outstanding, isn't he? He is a great help to Scotland Yard though, isn't he?
Gibble gabble.
Huh? What else the fibble fabble gibble gabble?
Ever seen this before?
Oh, yes, that's Rand's magazine. The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Sherlock Holmes appears. No, potatoes. I know, the potato and the one big lump of fish in the middle.
Yeah, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard detectives in its stories. And the so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Sherlock Holmes tale at all.
Well, I suppose there is an element of that.
We work our socks off, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all of your criminals.
That can't really be true, can it, Inspector?
She's a fangirl. Her heart is broken.
Clearly, the great detective and the police have a complex relationship.
Complex. Relationship status. It's complicated.
That twitchy. That twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not?
Well,
Makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No longer lawyer worth his salt would touch their case with a barge pole. Because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean? Aye, there's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. It is all a bit strange though.
sorry?
The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now.
Yes, we did hear something to that effect.
And the only people he usually bothers with are the real scum. The master criminals, the violent ones.
Master criminals? The violent ones?
That's right. He handpicks his victims, only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins.
But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely.
That's just my point, sunshine.
Sunshine.
Yeah, the young woman was stabbed, but it didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So this isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase.
Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it?
No, there's got to be more to it. Some reason he's taking an interest.
I don't know, maybe he's interested in me. Oh no.
Really? What sort of reason, Inspector?
You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? Lord of Darkness, oh my god. You'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial.
Are we really going to have to face the Reaper again?
Damn.
Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective. Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion?
Oh, hello! Konbanwa! Good evening to you.
We are now currently investigating the fourth case. Our defendant is Soseki Natsume, named like the famous author of Japan. But according to the dialogue a while ago, the character just uses it as a alias, so it's not the actual Natsume Soseki. Hi. Oh yes, what is it? Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this. By him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes, exactly.
Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you?
Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all of this, didn't he? Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, It's not simply my selfish desire to meet with Mr. Sholmes again. I feel like that was so self-incriminating. The trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address even. It's Baker Street. Huh? How do you know that? It's in the stories, of course. 221B Baker Street, the most famous address in the world. Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. We'd better try to find our way there before Susato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable. Hooray! I'll summon a carriage. So we're to have a reunion already with the great detective Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I mean Herlock Sholmes. Wow. Oh, we can investigate. Ooh, I want to touch the snowman. What a delightful snowman. I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. It looks a little creepy though. Oh, it has a scarf, look! You'd need one if you were out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one. I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment. We certainly can't afford a scarf. Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his. But the person who made the snowman certainly would. Yes, I know, you're right. Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. Wait, if they can't even afford a scarf, then how much do they actually have? They can't be that poor. Is a budget that small? Oh gosh. Oh, that's a Scotland Yard carriage. They use vehicles like this to rush to crime scenes and cart away criminals. You're very well informed, aren't you? It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London. Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then. But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it. Wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone. No, I wasn't serious. Oh my god, Sato-san, you seriously are willing to go to jail to ride that? Nani kore? Oh, thank you for the posture check. My hands don't have a crack today. Stretch. There we go. Oh, that was a good stretch. There was some part of my back that cracked that felt nice. Alright, where am I? This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred. Yes, it's a very wide open space, isn't it? That's true. I can't see anywhere an attacker could have been hiding. Oi, what are you foreigners doing here? We are just investigating to see. Conspiring with that mustached fella from Japan, are ye? Conspiring? Come here to destroy evidence, are ye? Get out of here before I give you a hidden. Go on. What is hidden? Hiding? What is that? What's hidden? Why is this British thingy? He shooed us away like rats. Yes, we should give him a wide berth, I think. What a disappointing experience. Poor Sato-san. Your image of the whole place has been shattered. Wait, what? Is there like no area on the left? Oh, there we are. Oh, the poor bike. Oh, a British bicycle, look! Although the wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it wouldn't possibly be ridden anymore. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling. It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well.
The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that.
Before I didn't throw you away? Maybe? I'm not sure what it really was, the word. Goodness, do you dislike bicycles?
No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts and fallen into a river, I know you'd agree with me.
We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride around.
Well,
I wonder if we can find out who lives here. That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history.
Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here.
We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible.
Yes, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonably level floors.
Well, I think over time brick houses do lose their shape unless you kind of constantly maintain them, I think.
Oh, look at the windows of that building there.
Are you sure there's still windows?
Yes, but they're all filled with bricks.
Oh, you're right. I wonder why. Perhaps it's an empty property where nobody lives at the moment.
There's smoke coming from the chimneys, though.
Oh dear. Everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place.
But that really does look weird, though. I would assume they're keeping someone inside.
Against their own will!
The clouds look so big and heavy in the sky, don't they? And with the dense fog as well, everything looks hazy.
Well, it is known as Foggy London Town.
I can just make out some sort of spire through the fog. It looks like it's still being built, though.
Aha! Yes! That must be the Crystal Tower being built for the great exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. Apparently, it's going to be very striking. Glazed on all sides and the symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition.
It's to be the largest exposition in history, is it? I can't even imagine.
Oh, you're right. Maybe the brick house became some sort of, what do you call that? Warehouse? Can we talk to the officer?
That's one of the officers from Scotland Yard. The police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling that if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons.
I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious. We've done nothing wrong, so we have no cause for concern.
Oh no, I'm not getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice I found myself in handcuffs despite not knowing a thing about what was going on.
Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure it's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all.
Ugh. PTSD, yeah.
PTSD. Okay, what else can we look at? We looked at this. Anything here? I think we have everything.
Okay, let's move. A new location has been added. Sholmes Home. 221 Baker Street.
Oh, cutscene.
Pawnbrokers, jewelers. Harvey. I don't know, Baker Street.
ありがとうございました。
over there overlooking the street.
Oh.
ここがホームズさんの事務所なのですね。
Dun 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 dun.
Kinda cute, not gonna lie. His house is kinda cute. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. 19th February, 12:53 p.m. Shom Suite. So this is where the great detective makes his living. It feels surreal to be here somehow. I'm not very knowledgeable in a lot of Sherlock Holmes stories, but maybe these are references to them. I'm not entirely sure. Whoa! It is as described in the stories, Miss Susato. Oh, she's quiet. Susato-san? Many famous cases have been solved here in this very room. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. I've never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down on an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it! The romanticism! Can you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, Uhtred, Uhtred was like, oh. Oh, I suppose I can, yes. Oh, cute Uhtred. Hold on. I wonder if I can capture you from there. Hold on, guys. Dog cam. Well, I'll try to. He's under the table. Just a moment. It's okay, Uhtred. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, baby. Yeah, remember the camera? Dog cam. It's a little dark because my other light is broken. So yeah, there's he. Yes, baby. What's wrong? It's the camera. Have you forgotten what a camera is? Let's shine some light. There he is.
Hi, baby. Yeah, I know. I'm still online. I'm still streaming, baby boy.
Oh, he's eaten a lot of food today. Are you just going to lie down and behave? Good baby. Oh, nani? Doko doko?
Oh, you're talking to me. Why? You want to go downstairs? Ah, okay.
Okay. Alright, guys. Lord Uhtred of Bebenbred requires assistance. I'll be right back, okay? Looks like he needs to go to the toilet. Probably. Either that or he just wants to get a snack. That could also be. Alright, so just a moment. I'll be right back, okay? So let's have the BRB screen. Where are you? Oh no, I don't know if I have it still. Oh no, did I remove it? Oh god. Oh no, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna be back. There's no behave, only attention request. Yeah, oh Uhtred. Hold on, let me remove this. So yeah, give me maybe 1 minute or something. I'll just bring him outside, ne?
Hi, BRB. Enjoy the nice soundtrack.
Alright, I'm back, my dudes and my dudettes and my noodles. My apricots. Alright, so, wow. Ultra did a big dump. He did a big poopy. Yeah. Well, right now he's staying in the living room with my parents, so he wanted to hang around there. I was like, okay, no problem. Alright, so shall we continue? Shall we dance? So, if you don't mind, I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Oh gosh, she's fangirling. Please, don't mind me. Huh? She's obsessed. Cutie Susato. Well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me, is anybody home? Wait a minute. If no one's home, how did we get in the house?
Huh?
Ooh, who could be speaking? I don't know what to give the voice, so... oh, do we have a visitor? Oh my god, it's a small girly.
Hello! Is it a big new case for Mr. Sholmes?
Hello. Hi. Wait. Aren't you...
Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once.
It's the little girl. I'm sure it's the same girl. Miss Susato, did you see the girl who was just here? Oh yes, isn't it truly extraordinary? To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case.
Oh, hello, Mother. Eh.
Sorry, I was on mute because I'm talking to my mom. Hold on. Alright. the King of Bohemia, what? King Wilhelm Gottsrich Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. What kind of name is that? Oh, mother, what? Why do you keep coming back? Ah! Mama Apricot, she was doing laundry or earlier today, so she was bringing like some of my clothes in, cause she just washes everything all together, and then it's after she washes them that she segregates which one belongs to who. Yeah. The one house chore that she would never let anyone else do is the laundry. She always wants to do the laundry. She says it's therapeutic for her to feel like the water and stuff. But we're like, okay, sure. If that's what you like. Alright, back to the game. Greetings to Mama Apricot. I'll let her know that you guys said hi. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Herlock Sholmes for a moment and look over there.
The tea is brewed, and I have a freshly baked cake as well.
Ah, it's you! I knew it. Susato-san recognizes her too.
Ah, there you are! And taking that with you as well? I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. Macleod's trial in the defendant's antechamber.
I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you, having to get straight to work when you've only arrived in London.
Yes, it was challenging.
Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know?
Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color?
Oh my! What a fragrant yet mellow flavor!
Hooray! It's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after your long voyage here, and you have another ticklish trial tomorrow. Oh, and you're to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck.
Kocha desu. Yeah, it's probably kocha, which is the Japanese word for black tea or dark colored tea. So I think, if I remember right, England likes black tea a lot. Japan is more of green tea and other lighter colored ones. So yeah, must be new to them. Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance?
Oh,
You know Hurley. Hurley? What kind of nickname is that? Oh gosh.
oh, you know Hurley, do you?
Hurley? Mr. Sholmes to you, surely. Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see.
Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas.
Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, do you think? And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite?
Oh, silly me. I haven't introduced myself, have I?
She's cute.
It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with Hurley.
Iris, is it? What a lovely name.
What?
What's the matter?
No, wait, this can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson?
Was it Wilson or am I reading it wrong? Yeah, Wilson, alright. Yeah, I guess this is the Watson of the game. Oh god. What's the matter with Susato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden?
Yes, that's right. And what are your names?
Oh, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan.
Oh, sorry. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely! Susie and Runo. Got it!
She likes to give nicknames, I see. Susie? And Runo? There's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her. I don't know where to start. My dear Watson is a steampunk Lolita. That's right. Yes, and so do I. She's a small Lolita. Oh my god. It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey?
That's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much.
Oh no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming.
Though at the time we did have a rather large gun pointed at us.
Like this?
Thinking back now, you left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you?
Oh yes, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade.
Oh, Ginny? Yes, she's a professional pickpocket. So we found
out.
it was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that.
Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption?
Exactly. So I followed her, you see, to get it back.
Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions.
This girl is dangerous.
Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician?
Hurley, of course, silly.
Hurley?
Yes, Herlock Sholmes. We live here together.
I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter.
Daughter? Not likely.
What? Wait, what? Wait, if you're not the daughter, you better be a friend.
I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, wouldn't I?
Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate.
Oh, thank God they're just roommates. Your roommates? I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you?
10 at last this year.
10 years old! FBI, open up! Well, what of your mother and father?
Oh no, they're not around.
Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there. Oh yes, there's something I must ask you.
Of course. Go ahead, Susie.
I am a very great fan of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes and...
Oh, you have a copy of Rand's magazine.
Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship.
Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world.
My stories? What?
That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see? And he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It would be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard of them, don't you think? Goodness! Last night, he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came.
So, you are the author?
Yes. I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call this latest adventure the Speckled Band.
The Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar.
Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories, here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble.
Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually.
Yes, And of course, I know that a snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think. Don't you?
Like the books, I love it. So desu ne. So, do you mean to say, are the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rand's magazine
All written by me? Yes,
on my wonderful and very modern typewriter? But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson. Susato-san's getting more and more worked up.
Ah, yes, that's me. I mean, my name is really Wilson.
But what about the doctor of medicine part?
That's all true too. I am a doctor of medicine.
Nah, at 10 years old?
At 10 years old.
Well, that's quite incredible. Huh? But... Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman.
Ah, yes. I did alter the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling.
Oh.
Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow.
I suppose it does, yes. Poor Susato-san, she looks like her whole world has just fallen apart. Expectation versus reality. About before.
Yes. What's on your mind, Runo? Tell me.
How did you know that I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London, I mean? Yes, oh, and that we have a different trial tomorrow. How did you know all of that?
Oh, that's what you mean.
Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail.
Of course, I'd be delighted. Although there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin.
Oh my god, do you also have your own version of the thing?
Iris Wilson is proud to present her logic and reasoning spectacular.
Oh gosh, she's gonna do the thing.
First of all, I knew already that you were a lawyer, Runo. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber.
But you also said that we'd only just arrived in London. How'd you know that?
I observed the passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket.
Oh.
So I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs.
The Reaper of the Bailey. I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Then, I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you, earlier today? They used those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see.
I didn't realize.
And a red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. So, that told me that even though you had only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded, the two of you had already had a case to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face. So I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case.
I see. But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow?
Well, having barely been home for a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me that he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling.
A Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been Mr. Natsume.
Now, Bruno has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Suzy? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both come from Japan yourselves. So I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case.
Man, she's the legit one.
There's a note on the mantelpiece that says that the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley is always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know? He is silly. And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions.
She's adorable at the same time, just weird. What is on Susie's hand though? And was it there before? I guess on the avatars, like on this kind of part of the game, it doesn't show. But I guess it was put on without us being told, or maybe we just forgot that detail. I'm not sure.
Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct?
They were spot on. That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction. You even managed a certain something of Mr. Shom's delivery.
Oh well, I was just copying Hurley's style for that.
This is really very good news. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris? Please? The case of the Japanese man. Yeah, I think it's just part of the 3D models. Yeah. So yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, you were saying?
Yes. Hurley had just arrived back in London after his sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene.
Ah, the great detective is a popular man, it seems.
Apparently, a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene.
A short, shifty-looking, stooped man. Mr. Natsume beyond any doubt. Soseki-san said that he didn't see anybody else on the street at all, but it seems there were witnesses after all.
Hurley used his great deductive powers to determine the man's address. It was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking, stooped man, shivering in fear.
Ugh, Mr. Shom's great deduction certainly hit the mark that time.
Of course it did.
He's a great detective. Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it?
Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Hurley says that London is rife with crime. Oh. Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it apparently.
Oh dear, I hadn't realized the situation was so dire.
That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Stuff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person.
That's terrible. I suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system. I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Susie, don't look back on the facts. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative.
Oh, you're most welcome. I've had so much fun.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
Well... I expect Hurley is still investigating the scene.
Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Natsume? Hurley said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there.
Iris, do you know where those lodgings are?
Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson when you were there?
Yes, we know Inspector Gregson.
Oh, goody. In that case... Give Gregsy this for me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
What is this? A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems. What is that? Is that a bribe? It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem." Gosh, this will make the inspector help us, will it? Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. It's a bribe. To tell us the info.
Good luck, man. I'm going to return to my writing. The Speckled Band. And I'll be making more special blends of tea, so come back soon.
We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. She's cute. More reasonable as well. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime. She's so pumped up, man. So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all. We headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note. Oops, my slipper fell off. And one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. Aw, it's bribery. To be continued. Alright. Wow. This looks like it's gonna be a long case, doesn't it? Save progress? Oh, hell yeah! So let's save it right here. Save complete. Alright, so I guess we can end the stream here since we reached a checkpoint. I think that would be a good thing, right? So that it's a bit more consistent also. Hi. And I do believe I went to like 3 to 4 hours in the previous streams, which I think was not so practical. Especially for those who watch the VODs. So I think we'll cut it off here, ne? Hi.
Aw, thank you so much as well for being here.
What else? The funny thing is, I also realized I missed my own anniversary here in YouTube, which was last April 28th. So I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll record something. I don't know. I'm at a complete loss. But I guess I just want to say this out there that thank you very much for supporting even my YouTube channel. I'm trying my best to have this catch up with the amount of subscribers I have also in Twitch. Hopefully we can keep going forward here on YouTube. What else? I know that I'm only streaming once a week, and I hope that doesn't bother too much of you since my work schedule, because I do work IRL, is a bit
cramped at times, so I only get to really do this like once a week. Well, sometimes I do randomly stream out of nowhere, so do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'd know if I am live, ne? And if you would like to support me, help me push through the algorithm by spreading the word of the apricot. Well, also by, liking the video, put some comments if you'd like. I really appreciate it, everyone. Like, streaming has been so much fun. I really just stream for fun. I don't really aim to be like famous or to have much money through it. It's just really a hobby. I just enjoy this thing. It's fun for me, ne? Hi. All right. And for those who greeted me happy birthday, and in case I didn't get to reply to your greeting, thank you very much. I appreciate it, ne? It was my birthday yesterday. I didn't get to do a birthday stream because I spent time here at home. I was just with family. We're still trying to finish the cake. Oh my god. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you all. Ne? You keep me going, and I appreciate it so much. You have also no idea how much um your time spent with me makes me happy and also less sad, especially when I have a hard day, some hard times. It's so much fun being with everyone. Eh? Hello, Nat Nat. Yeah, what a bad time for ending stream. You just came. Well, there's always next time, ne? Nat Nat. Hope you've been well, ne? Hi, hi, Otsu Anzu. So let's do our outro together. If you know it, say it with me. If you don't, listen well so we can do it together next time. Hi. All right. And as always, kapong, I'll see you in the next package delivery. Bye bye. Oh, I make you guys happy too. My Kokoro, thank you for letting me know. I'm happy that I get to make you happy too. Oh no, now I'm shy. But yeah, you guys make me happy and I'm happy I make you happy, ne? Hi. I'll see you in the next package, ne? Take care always, stay hydrated, eat properly, sleep at least, I guess 4 hours would be good. But 7 would be the ideal, but I know even I don't reach that at time. Hi. Do support me when you can by just watching. I mean, you don't have to give me anything, ne? Support is free and I appreciate it. Hi. 5 hours. Oh, 5 hours is good. If I sleep any longer than 4 hours, I'm so energized. Alright. See you, my dudes. See ya, my apricots. Ciao.